Senator Tom Tillis wants you to know that he is very reasonable. That's word North Carolina Republican used this week when describing to reporters immigration reforms GOP is demanding from Senate Democrats in exchange for supporting billions of dollars in Ukraine aid that President Biden wants. But Tillis and his fellow Republican Sen. of Oklahoma, who is leading the talks, James Lankford's demands are unreasonable. They're following Donald Trump's playbook. Under guise of seeking greater border security, they are pushing for provisions that would reduce legal immigration in various ways, even undermining the goal of securing border. Republican demands began shifting soon after the New York Times reported that Trump would massively deport millions of undocumented immigrants in his second term, deny them nearly all asylum claims, and significantly expand immigration detention, according to Democratic sources familiar with the negotiations in giant camps. As a Senate Democratic source told me, Republicans have begun to act as if Trump and his immigration policy advisor Stephen Miller are looking over their shoulders. Biden has asked Congress provide tens of billions of dollars in aid to Ukraine, Israel, and an additional $14 billion shore up the southern border with new law enforcement, expanded detention, other increased security measures. But Republicans will not accept this second request or Ukraine aid without significant changes to immigration policy as well. This week, Tillis told reporters that any compromise without parole language would not constitute border security, and that without it Republicans would oppose aid to Ukraine. Republicans are demanding that the president's parole authority be reduced so that it can only be applied on an individual case basis, rather than to large groups of single nationals. According to Democratic sources, this will functionally gut these programs completely. It's a ridiculous request. Under these parole grants, immigrants can live and work here for 2 years if they find sponsors from the United States and pass background checks. That provides a tidy alternative to mode of entry in which immigrants cross the border, seek asylum, and disappear into country while awaiting a hearing, which has enraged Republicans. Getting off parole could mean more than the latter. Rescinding parole would significantly increase pressure on border and the number of immigrant crossings, said Doris Meissner, a senior fellow at Migration Policy Institute. It's the exact opposite of what's needed to strengthen border security. In another piece of nonsense, Republicans openly said Democrats should agree to reduce illegal border crossings by more than 50%. But it's a vague demand. It's unclear how policy changes could significantly reduce the number of people trying to get in and stopped by law enforcement. Sources say that when Democratic staffers tried to clarify this point, they received no response. Republic